Look at this. 2 restaurants, same street, same city, built by the same 2 men. One of them is worth $220 billion. The other closed 40 years ago and nobody remembers it existed. This video is about how that happened. It is also about the most brilliant and most ruthless business move in American history. And the reason I find this story impossible to let go of is that the man who did it never broke a single law. Not one. Before we get to him, you need to understand what was there before he arrived. Because what Dick and Mac McDonald built in 1948 was not just a restaurant, it was a system. They had run a normal dinner for years. 25 items on the menu, waitresses, roller skates, the whole thing, and they were going nowhere. So in 1948, they did something that nobody in the restaurant industry had ever done. They shut down for 3 months and asked themselves one question. What if we did less, but did it perfectly? They cut the menu to 9 items, built an assembly line for food. Each station had one job and one job only. A burger was ready in 30 seconds, consistently, every time. No matter who was working, they called it the Speedee Service System. And it changed everything. Lines stretched around the block. Revenue tripled, then tripled again. By 1954, they had 9 franchises across California and were making more money than they had ever dreamed of. Dick McDonald told a journalist that year, "We're not looking to expand. We're happy." That sentence will haunt you by the end of this video. Ray Kroc had been failing for 30 years. Not occasionally failing, consistently, reliably, comprehensively failing. He had tried piano, radio, paper cups, real estate, sales of every kind. And at 52 years old, with a bad hip, a mediocre marriage, and no savings, he was selling milkshake machines that made 6 shakes at once. Nobody wanted them. Then one morning, an order came in that made no sense. A single restaurant in San Bernardino, California, wanted 8 of his machines. 8. That is 48 simultaneous milkshakes. Kroc had never sold 8 machines to one location in his life. He drove to California himself. He had to see it. What he found was a line of customers that stretched further than he could see. Food arriving in 30 seconds. No plates. No mess, no waiting. He stood there for 3 hours, and when he drove home that night, he was a different person. Because in 30 years of selling things that nobody wanted, Ray Kroc had just found the only thing that mattered to him. A system that worked perfectly, and he wanted it. The question was, how do you take something that belongs to someone else? He went to the brothers with a proposal. He did not try to buy them out. He did not try to force anything. He offered to be their franchising agent. They would keep the name, the system, the control. He would handle the expansion, take 1.4% of gross sales. That was all he asked. The brothers were skeptical. They had tried franchising before. Operators always changed the recipes. Kroc told them, "I will enforce your standards like a fanatic. I will protect your system like it is my own." And he meant it. At first, they signed in 1954. And buried in that agreement was a clause that neither the brothers nor their lawyer fully understood. 12 words. Operational control over all franchising decisions. Not the food, not the recipes, just the real estate, just the operations. At the time, it meant nothing. Later, it meant everything. Kroc spent the next 6 years building franchises exactly as he promised. His first restaurant opened in Des Plaines, Illinois. Small, unremarkable. By 1960, there were 228 of them. But Kroc was not happy, because 1.4% of gross sales was not making him rich. So he hired a financial consultant named Harry Sonneborn. And Sonneborn told him something that changed the game entirely. Sonneborn said, "Ray, you are not in the restaurant business. You are in the real estate business. Here is how it worked. Kroc would find a location for a new franchise. He would buy the land or lease it himself. Then he would sublease it to the franchisee at a higher rate and keep the difference. The burgers were just the reason people came. The land was where the money lived." Today, McDonald's owns over $40 billion of real estate worldwide. The brothers knew none of this was happening, because nothing in their agreement said he could not do it. Remember those 12 words? Operational control over all franchising decisions. That was his license to do whatever he wanted with the land underneath their name. By 1961, Kroc was done with the arrangement. He went to the brothers and made them an offer to buy the entire company, $2.7 million, split between them. The brothers agreed. They were tired. They were rich enough. They were happy. But they had one condition. They wanted to keep their original restaurant, the one on 14th and E Street in San Bernardino, the one they had built with their own hands in 1948. It was not much to ask. Kroc said yes. He did not put it in writing. Within a year, Kroc opened a McDonald's on the same street as their original restaurant. The brothers were forced to rename their location. They called it the Big M. Kroc did not acknowledge it. He never did. The Big M closed in 1968. Now, the number. $2.7 million sounds like a life-changing amount. Split 2 ways, minus taxes. Each brother went home with roughly $1 million. In today's money, $10 million each. Enough for a beautiful life. Not enough for what they had actually created. If the brothers had kept 0.5% of McDonald's revenue, an option Kroc had actually offered as an alternative, their families would be receiving $180 million per year, every year, forever. McDonald died in 1971. Dick McDonald lived until 1998, long enough to see McDonald's become the most recognized brand on the planet. In one of his last interviews, someone asked him if he had any regrets. He said, "We did all right, but he did a hell of a lot better." Ray Kroc died in January 1984, 2 weeks before McDonald's sold its 50 billionth hamburger. He left behind $600 million, an empire of 40,000 restaurants, and a reputation that depends entirely on who is telling the story. Which brings me to you. Because I have told you the facts, every number is verified. Every event happened exactly as described. But here is the question I cannot answer for you. Was Ray Kroc the greatest businessman of the 20th century? Or was he simply a man who knew that in America, if it is not in writing, it is not real? Tell me what you think, because this story is not over until you decide what it means. And if you want to see what happened when the same mistake was made again, 30 years later, different empire, same playbook. That story is right here. Subscribe. You will not want to miss it.